All right, good Friday morning. Today is Friday, May 27th, 2022, and this is your Friday safety meeting. My name is Dennis Davis. I work in the safety department. The safety department is located in the Z building, which is the southernmost building on the main facility here. We're located right on the ground level in the center of the room, right next to the pillar. So if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to stop by. If you're out on the road, give us a call and we can help you out with whatever questions you may have. We do this Friday morning safety meeting every Friday morning. We are live here in Springfield, Missouri at our headquarters. We also simulcast live at our other terminals in Pittston, Pennsylvania, and Salt Lake City, Utah. Also, Dave, we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. So folks that are with us or out, on the highways, click like and subscribe so you can get notifications whenever we do some of these meetings.
So we have potential of like millions of people watching us this morning.
Millions of people. Wait, we can't say that. We're going to get our speakers nervous.
Potential.
Right, potential. So, all right. So one of the other good things about this Friday morning meeting at each of our locations, breakfast is free. So let's give our folks a round of applause at each of our locations that are helping us out. Feeding a bunch of hungry truck drivers is no easy feat. So they are really earning their paycheck today. So let's go east and see who we got with us this morning. Pittston, Pennsylvania. Do we got Rick this morning? Here we go.
Good morning.
We got Rick. We got Lisa. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning. What a great week, huh?
Awesome week here in Springfield, Missouri. Tell us what's going on in Pittston.
If you guys can see outside, it's a little cloudy, but right across the street there's a parking lot and a building going up over there. The building is up, the roof is on, and a lot of work going on around here.
That's awesome. Building up, roof is on. Hopefully the weather will allow you guys to continue to grow. How's it looking for new students coming in?
We had a great class this week. I really don't know the numbers. There were somewhere around 25, 30 PSDs, TNTs that came in this week. The pad is going strong. And like you said, without growth, there is no growth.
Absolutely. And so if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to jump on. Hopefully you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend. We'll talk about all that here coming up. But we're going to keep it moving because we got a jam-packed meeting today, all right?
Sure enough. Troy,
all right. Speaking of Troy, let's go west. Salt Lake City, Utah. Good morning.
I tell you what, man, we're happy to be here. How are you?
I'm doing great, buddy. Doing great. So tell me what's going on out in Salt Lake.
We have sunshine, we have happiness, we got elevation, we got beautiful city, we got a great terminal. Everything's awesome in Salt Lake City, man.
That's always good to hear. And from the sounds of things, of course, you've got a few folks with you and some artificial noise pumped in, so that's always great to hear.
Yeah, we always do. We always have to pump it. These guys, I tell you what, I wake up and I walk down the hall and I can hear them, and I'm just like, oh no, they're already here. And the cafeteria people are scared because they're ready to eat, and they're always ready. At 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, I get here and they're all already here waiting to eat. So we got about 40 people here right now. We're all happy to be in Salt Lake.
I still think they pumped in this.
Always great to hear that enthusiasm. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to jump on the microphone.
Will do. Thank you, sir.
All right, right back here to Springfield, Missouri. Good morning to you guys. Now we got some artificial noise pumped in over here too, so I
think we won, Dennis. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, we don't want to gloat. We don't want to gloat. There's something unique about a company you can come to on Friday morning in 3 different parts of the country, folks are just absolutely excited to be here at work. Give yourselves a round of applause. You know, I'm always excited to be here. I like working here. You know, I like working in safety. I like working with this guy, Dave. You know, this is a pretty awesome company. So you new folks that are new to us in these neon vests at all of our locations, you know, you guys had a lot of different options because you are the cream of the crop. We did our homework on you, so we know you're the cream of the crop, and vice versa. You did some research on us, and you decided this is what's going to work for you. I can tell you that you've made a great decision. We're not a perfect company by any means, and this is one of the reasons that we do this meeting, to be as transparent as we possibly can. So, you know, if you would, for all of our new folks, if you would, stand up at all three of our locations and allow us to properly welcome you to the family. You know, we got a jam-packed meeting for you guys today. Hopefully you'll take away some good information. With me this morning, I've got Dave White in our safety department. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. Glad everybody's doing well, and hopefully you got yourself a nice breakfast this morning. But welcome to our family. We like you know, we consider all of our driver associates family just as much as our in-house associates. So you guys are what makes our paychecks day in, day out. Picking up on time, delivering on time. Like to give a big shout out to all of our drivers out there on the road that aren't able to be here this morning or be at one of our terminals. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for supporting us. And you know, you all have the toughest jobs being drivers. There's no doubt about it. And for those of you who are new coming in the industry, learn lots. Open up your ears, and I'll be honest with you, like my dad used to say when I was growing up, keep your mouth shut and open up your ears. And you know, if you have questions, make sure you ask them. You know, that's the only time. Obviously, you know, keep your mouth shut comes with a, you know, some reasoning there. But you got questions, ask, definitely. That's what we're here for. We want to see everybody successful. Obviously, you can tell we like to have a good time, and we do. And just a couple of announcements I need to make, Dennis, before we get rolling with this. If you're staying over there at the Campus Inn or at the Oasis this weekend's is Streetcar Nationals. I've been told over at the fairgrounds there will be a lot of traffic, and it already is. And so if you're coming out of campus, you're coming out of the Oasis, make that right turn. Please don't cut across. Make the left turn. There's going to be too much traffic. You should do that anyway, really. And that old right turn theory isn't one of Prime's, and I'll give another company kudos to it. It's UPS. UPS for years has always had the right turn policy, and there's a reason why. Cutting across traffic, trying to make left turns is very dangerous. So come out of campus, Oasis, make that right turn, head over to the interstate, come on over here to the terminal. Same thing going back, getting back on Kearney, right turn all the way over. So it just makes it safer. A couple other things we got coming up, Dennis. Monday evening, Memorial Day, our Christmas party redo.
All right. We are legendary for our Christmas parties.
We are, man. We're going to have a good time Monday night. Hopefully you all, if you're here, come to our Christmas party. We're also going to honor our military veterans as well, because Memorial Day is a special day here at Prime as well. We love our military vets. But, you know, we're going to have a good time Monday night, and that's part of our culture right there. So, I think doors open, 5:30, I believe?
I think so, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so come to that.
I'll be over at about 4:30.
There you go. So next week too, our truck driving championship team convenes. So we got Ben Walker over here, Dwayne Grimm. They're already on site. They're part of our team, and we'll be taking 15 drivers and some other driver associates down to Branson a week from today. It starts out. So we'll be competing against other carriers here in Missouri and against other drivers. Look forward to that as well. So. And finally, Stan Casterkey wanted me to mention too, we have the Instructors Banquet Thursday night at 5:30 at the Oasis Ballroom. So please show up for that too as well. It's open, and honor our instructors. No doubt our true instructors, Dennis here, CDO instructors are the most important, or one of the most important aspects of our training company. Making these, you know, training up everybody, getting them where we want them to be, and have a safe driver. And that's what it's about right there. So separates us from the competition. So anyway, but welcome. What do you want to go with next, buddy?
Hey, let's jump right into safety. We're going to be jam-packed. I want to make sure that everybody has plenty of time to get across our message. You know, today is, this weekend is the unofficial start of summer. So everybody give summer a round of applause. Come on, you guys are more excited than that. You know, it's been raining here in Springfield, Missouri for like the last 100 days. Now it's we've got a little bit of reprieve. The weather's going to be decent, but according to highway statistics, this next stretch is probably going to be one of the dangerous stretches out on the highways. AAA calls this the 100 deadliest days of summer. Schools are out, teenagers are driving, families are going on vacation. Of course, as always, freight is moving. So it's going to be important that once we start to intertwine all those folks together, that you guys, the professionals, are the ones that are on high alert. So especially on holiday weekends like this and at the end of the summer, Labor Day, some folks are probably celebrating, maybe even a little bit of holiday cheer.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them may make some bad decisions and get behind the wheel after that holiday cheer and share the road with our professional drivers. So be on high alert this weekend and all summer long. Stay over in that right lane, go slow, make sure that you're driving the appropriate speed for the conditions, make sure that you got the proper following distance, and please, 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 I cannot beg you enough to eliminate those distractions inside of the cab. Put that phone down. Whoever it is that's texting, tweeting, calling, WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatever it is that they're trying to get a hold of you, I promise they'll be available and to talk to you a couple hours down the road when you take that 10-hour break or that fuel stop or that 30-minute break. I promise. I promise. Go ahead.
Yeah, good point there. And, also what they said too, be aware of these large cities because you're going to get a lot of traffic Thursday, Friday, even Monday, people heading home for Memorial Day. So traffic congestion will be occurring more this weekend. And they said, even though the price of gas is outrageous, but so is the cost of flying many places too. So families will still take their vacations and will drive, and even maybe shorter distances, but they're going to come in contact with our trucks. There's no doubt. So remember, you're the professionals out there, drive appropriately. And, we got to compensate sometimes for other drivers' errors and what they're doing down the road. And how many times do you all see them? They got their little cell phones pulled up and you're driving by them and they're playing on their cell phone or they're answering emails or whatever they're doing, who knows, talking on it. Their mind's not in the game of safe driving. So watch out for those people and compensate for them. And, we all want to have a healthy safety career here at Prime, and that's what it's about right there. So,
hey, let's jump into road check.
Yeah, last week was a 72-hour road check. And so our inspection numbers definitely increased with 153 DOT inspections, 109 clean ones.
Yeah.
So another 71% clean rate. So.
Yeah.
And Dennis, the way it goes here, during those inspection blitzes, we do better. Our numbers get better, and there's no doubt about it. And this was a perfect example right here.
72% during a road check. That's phenomenal.
And Bill looked at the inspections, and last week during the road check, they were focusing in on wheel ends. And Bill said we did not have one violation for wheel ends. So kudos to our maintenance department. Kudos to our drivers, too, for checking pre-trips. That's how you eliminate that. So good job, no doubt about it. And that's increases our numbers, and that's what we like to see. So shout out to everybody on that. So good numbers.
Hey, just real quick, I'll give you a rundown of what we got today. We're jam-packed. We got Dr. John Abraham that's going to be here. That's going to talk a little bit of health science for us. We got Matt Rachel from our PSC class is going to talk about that class. We've got Bill, not safety Bill, but security Bill, that's going to talk holiday weekends security as well as some personal protection. And he also has a guest speaker. And we're going to have Justin Kaufman to talk about some summertime maintenance issues. So
we're rocking and rolling. How about if we get a speaker up here? Go ahead and introduce him.
Jam-packed today. So let's start out with Dr. Abraham. I'm sure he has to get right back downstairs to Trinity. One of the things we have here at Prime that, we probably take for granted a little bit, but right here on site, we have an on-site clinic led by Dr. John Abraham. Dr. Abraham, tell them a little bit about what type of services you provide downstairs.
Good morning. Thanks for having us. We pretty much do just about anything down there. We'll treat anywhere from kids on up to old folks. We'll do endocrine stuff, cardiology, psych, dermatology, so even skin removals, do DOT exams down there. So kind of run the whole gamut, try to be a one-stop shop for you guys. We understand it's hard for you guys to get out. If there's something going on with you, trying to get you out to specialists, it's tough. trying to schedule you with a specialist is hard, let alone try to get semi into a specialist parking lot. So we try to be a one-stop shop for you guys and do all that we can and provide you with a resource for health and wellness and try to do the best we can for you. So a couple things we want to touch upon today. I'm going to start with May being Mental Health Awareness Month. We unfortunately experienced a shooting down in Texas this past week. I know the news indicated that the young man did not have a mental health history. And that's fine and dandy, but I guarantee you somebody who does that does have a mental health issue. More than likely, he didn't have access to it. Or it just got neglected along the way. We can't, sit by and continue to watch these kind of things happen. We can point at gun laws all day long, but you know what? That's just putting a finger in the dam. We're not fixing any problems by doing that. Nobody wants the Second Amendment, rights stepped on and, violated or barred. Well, people should have rights. So instead of chasing the symptoms or the end result, let's actually chase the root of the problem and address the mental health issue that's out there and figure out why these kind of things are happening. Thank you. Unfortunately, it's tragedies like that bring our awareness to it. So next thing, talk about our physicals. So Dft Physicals, whenever you come down for a physical, we know time is money for you guys, and any time down and not driving costs you money. So when you come in for your physical, if you have any kind of health issue that may raise some flags, make sure you have those records with you so we can expedite things and get you back on the road just as quick as possible. So if you've had a history of cardiac issues in the past, make sure you have your most recent stress test with you, your cardiology appointment notes with you. Diabetes, if you have your most recent labs, that always helps as well. So again, we want to try and keep you out on the road. If you're on certain medications, sometimes we need to clear those. So that being said, if you've had a recent injury or illness or you've been hospitalized, make sure you get with your fleet manager just as soon as you're out of the hospital so that they can start getting the appropriate paperwork going and get you guys cleared so that we don't have to run into physical time and then have to grind you for a bit waiting for records to come in. A lot of you guys in the green vest, some of you may have been diagnosed with sleep apnea and you got a 2-month card in which you go drive and come back in. Try to make sure you schedule that second physical well in advance because you don't want to come down the wire and end up not having an appointment slot ready for you and then you end up waiting a few days to get in and get seen. Last thing I want to talk about is COVID. Thankfully, we're on the tail end of that. And I know it's been a long 2 years. We're still doing booster shots every Tuesday and Thursday. If you've had the initial series, the first booster, you want to wait at least 5 months from the end of the first series. The second booster, you want to wait at least 4 months from the first booster. So that being said, any questions from anybody?
All right, Dr. Abraham, you got off easy. Good job. Thank you, Dr. Abraham.
Yeah, we're so lucky to have Trinity down below us, especially, I know, don't want to bring up this word, but when we were going through COVID, man, Dr. Abraham and his staff, they were spending extra hours all the time out here testing people and giving us advice and telling us what to do and what not to do. So it's great to have them. And no doubt, if you got any questions, any issues, see them downstairs. They'll help you out. There's no doubt about it. Great asset. What do you got next?
Hey, so our boss is out. Steve Fields, our director of safety.
Oh man, so we give away stuff.
Traveling on business this week so we can go to the company store and charge a whole bunch of stuff up and give it away for free.
I think Stan's getting us a big screen TV. Are you, Stan?
There we go. Not quite, but I think Dave's got a few trivia questions and we're going to give out some free stuff.
So here we go. First question. Let's think here. Let's talk about axle weights. How much weight you can have. What's the maximum weight we can have on our steer axle, and how is that determined?
Don't shout it out. Don't shout it out. Raise your hand.
No, you're not available, Bill. Go ahead, sir. Hold on. I'll come over and help you here.
36,000?
Nope, steer axle.
Not 36. I don't know.
Okay. You look familiar. I swear you live here at some of these meetings, right? Go ahead.
12,000.
Yeah, we can put a little bit more than that on. Anybody know this? Come on. Matt.
12,300.
Close. You're getting closer. 12,500. Not 12,500. If 12. No, not 13. What's your tires rated at? What's each tire rated at? Not 12,000. Each tire. You add them together. No, you're close.
6,175 pounds.
Nope, not 460. Who said it? Go ahead. There you bingo, man. The guy behind us, Dennis. Well, hey, if those gloves don't fit you, head on down to the company store. We'll get you, we can trade them in. So 12,350 is the max you can put on your steer tire. Per tire, 61.75. So you add both those up, it's 12,350. On the steer tire. Yeah. What's the weight rating? 61.75, Julie. Okay, that's okay.
All right, what's the next one? Keep it
Okay,
moving,
let's keep it rolling. So next one, let's see. What's the minimum tread depth you can have on a trailer tire? Go ahead, sir. 230 seconds, not on the trailer. 4. All right.
Was it him?
Oh, that's on the steer. I'm sorry. It is 4. You, this guy right here. Yep, I messed up. It is 4. My bad.
We got one last one.
One more. Let's do one more, and let's lead this into our next presenter here, Matt, for coming over from orientation. We have a class called PSC. Who can tell me what that stands for? That's simple. Come on, PSC. What does that stand for? Many of you have had that. Ben Walker, what is it, buddy?
Prime safety course.
No. I know, that's what most people think, prime safety course. You're one word off there.
Certification. I'm safety certification.
Oh, go ahead, ma'am.
Pre-trip safety course?
No, not quite. Nope. Prime safety's right. We need one word change there at the end.
Prime safety class.
Nope, that was already discussed. Go ahead, sir.
Prime safety certification.
Yes, prime safety certification. Dennis, we got, oh. Okay, I'll get you one too, man. Yep, see me afterwards. We'll get you another one. Sorry about that. Yeah, so anyway, we had to give away some prizes. So let's bring up our next presenter here. Luckily, we were able to grab somebody out of our orientation department. So this morning we got Matt Rachel. He kind of heads it up over there. Many of you have seen Matt before. Matt's going to discuss the Prime Safety Certified class as well and what it's about and why we do it. So good morning.
Good morning, Dave. Thank you. Thank you, Dennis. And thanks for everybody for being here. I'll be quick about it. I kind of forgot what PSC stood for after hearing all those answers, but I want to make sure we're not confusing them with the PSD course, which is a lot of the best in this room. And again, thank you for being here because I know you had a lot of choices. Folks, a Prime Safety Certified class is really designed to do a lot of things. And the nice part about having that class is we can customize it to what we need to have done at Prime and what we need to do in trucking. I see a lot of people that I've seen 20 years ago here. So raise your hand if you've been here over 10 years. So we probably remember a system called the Smith system. We're familiar with that. Great course. I will tell you that having taught that, having been through it, it's a fantastic course. And it's really designed as a garden variety safety course for about every size vehicle. And while that's valuable and certainly doesn't go underestimated, what we've done with the PSC class is taken everything that has to do with trucking and what we expect and inspect and what you guys do out there every day and kind of put it all into that one course. My favorite part about it is the fact that we get to use our simulators. We are very, very proud of our simulators. And I know that everyone in this room has probably been on one, driven one, saw one, or whatever. We're very, very proud of those. If we could haul freight with them, we'd do it. You know, they're really, really nice, but they're very efficient as well. So those of you who have taken this defensive driving course in the past, what we recognize is we could put about 5 or 6 people through it and it would take all day. And now we can put about 20 to 30 people through it in the same amount of time frame because your time is valuable. And let's face it, we get paid to haul freight. We believe that there's 2 types of success in trucking, and it's safety success and financial success. And then each individual has their own personal goals and whatnot. You can't have one without the other. So the financial success, I've never seen anybody with a truck in a shop making a lot of money or a truck wreck making a lot of money. Or the repercussions of an accident and they're still making a lot of money. And so we try to gear that class to make sure that we can eliminate the possibilities of those accidents. We also fully understand as we look through here, the longer we're out there, the more shortfalls or mishaps that we could have. And nobody's perfect. And we can take that PSC course and we can redesign a scenario without putting you in imminent danger and maybe build some muscle memory in how to react correctly in that scenario or avoid it altogether. You know, Dennis and Dave talk about distracted driving, and that's the number one key right there. I can tell you that, and I know I'm talking to the choir, to a lot of people in here, you know, paying attention to three things ultimately is going to get us in or out of trouble. What's going on outside of the windshield, what's going on in the mirrors, and what's going on in the cab. And we can't really control what's going on in the windshield. We can barely control what's going on in those mirrors, but we have full control of what's going on in that cab. And though none of us like geometry class, we think about a 2 or 3 degree shift in the front, 100 feet later, how much distance does that actually cover? And so one little swerve or mishap may take that trailer into a complete other lane. So please, distracted driving, the phones can be put away, all the technology that can be put to the side till we get stopped. Of course, pay attention to your gauges and things of that nature and to your alerts. But when we have those types of alerts, you'll get a message from your fleet manager to say, hey, looks like something's going on. You may have a critical event. And I'm sure that'll get discussed here in a few moments. But if you have enough of those, we'll bring you to that PSC class and help retrain those thought processes. And while a lot of it is, again, general garden variety safety stuff, we can take what's happening to you or what happened to you and again, recreate that into an environment that's safe. The last thing we want is a catastrophic accident. If it happens in the simulator, that's a whole lot better than happening out there on the road or, hurting somebody. So the best thing that could possibly happen if you have an accident is to have one on the simulator versus a real truck. Okay. So unless you have some questions for me or want some more details, I tried to be brief. Everyone's invited to the PSC class. We offer it at Campus Inn 7 days a week. It starts at 7 a.m. There's oftentimes some extra classes during the week. We also offer in Pittston and Salt Lake City.
We got a question right behind me.
Just kind of on the idea of muscle memory. If we're like waiting for a truck, is that a class we could take as some kind of elective or like just kind of getting ahead of the game?
Absolutely. We want everybody to take it who can. Get with your fleet manager. There's a certain amount of space entry that we have for capacity, but by all means, if there's space, you're absolutely invited.
Before you go,
And you get paid to take it. You do get paid to take it, $100.
so before you go, let's talk about a little bit about, let's just say decorum during the class, So we typically use this class as maybe some corrective action. Maybe you got written up for operating with a handheld device, something like that. And then you come into the class and 15 minutes into the class, you're kind of gazed down doing what? Talk to me about, what Wally and Tanner and those guys are going to do if, they can see that phone out in class.
Well, first you go to the principal's office and we take your phone away and we ground you for weeks. Obviously, in all seriousness, if distracted driving is what you're there for, and we see things of that nature, I don't want to be the whistleblower, but we are going to bring that to your attention. We may not know at Campus Inn what's going on in your history. We want to give you the class, obviously, but we may not have the backstory of it, but we will communicate those issues so some corrective actions can be made.
Absolutely. So when you get over there in those classes, whether it's PSC, Slingshot, ACE2, your time is valuable. These folks' time are valuable. It's important that you take this seriously. This is part of what we do as a safety department. It's part of the culture of the company, and we want to make sure that everybody here is successful. So does anybody have any more questions for Matt before we let him get out of here and get back over? All right. Hey, Matt, appreciate you coming over.
Great. Thanks for your time. Welcome to Prime.
What you got next, brother? Let's see, after Matt. Ooh, got Bill. All right, security Bill, come on up here, man. He's got a guest this morning. This is going to be interesting. We're looking forward to it. So,
Hey, good morning. Good morning. First off, before I bring my guest up, I want to kind of get out the public service announcement here. This is Memorial Day weekend coming up, and I know that many of you wish to go home. And when you do that, please make sure you get with your fleet managers or security to ensure that the equipment that you're dropping before you go home is put into a safe location. Cargo thieves are out there working every day of the week, and they're not taking Memorial Day weekend off. Food and beverage is number 2 on the list of being stolen. So please, if you're going to drop your trailer, make sure you either put a kingpin on it or it's at a secure location, preferably both. There's a lock on the trailer at all times. If you're going to drop your tractor and our trailer, once again, get with your fleet manager or security so we can make sure it's safe and secure. But you know, the biggest part of this whole thing is your safety. And so this morning I'm going to introduce Molly Estes. Molly is with F8, is a organization here in town that services individuals on how to do personal safety. And so we have contracted with her to provide classes here at Prime for anybody who wishes to take them, how to deal with personal safety while you're on the road. So Molly, you're going to teach us how to throw people over your hip and punch them in the face, right?
Sure.
Sure. So
Sure.
here we go. Molly,
Whatever
why don't
you
take-
say, Bill.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your class and what you offer?
All right. Yes. Yeah. So, yes, I'm Molly with F8 situational self-defense. So it's not martial arts that we're teaching. That takes years, but it is simple, just safety and self-defense tactics. One that we always teach is just be a bad target in the first place. Do everything you can to deter anything from happening ever, and being that situationally aware. That's number one. But we do go over some just simple things you could do physically as well in the class. So the class will be 2 hours. It'll be up in the yoga room. I can take up to 12 per class. And in that class, it's going to be kind of half lecture. We're going to lecture, then we're going to get up and maybe work on like wrist grabs, work on just different physical things that you can do, then go back to lecture. But I'm kind of taking our normal self-defense class that we do, that's usually a 4-week class, and condensing it down for you guys and kind of talking about more of the travel safety that we talk about. But we also go over things like your legal rights to self-defend yourself. What legally can you do? We go over cyber safety, being safe online, and to kind of piggyback on what Matt was talking about with the muscle memory, right? You know, sometimes just thinking what if scenarios in your head gets your brain thinking. So what we really try to do with personal safety and self-defense is to prevent the freeze, prevent you from just, you know, there's fight, flight, or freeze, prevent you from just not doing anything and just letting something happen. And so we want you kind of always thinking proactively and just getting your mind wrapped around, what if this happened? And I know you do that on the road, right? As you're driving, what if a deer came out in front of me, right? And you kind of go through that simulation. Well, same thing with this personal safety. When you pull up to a truck stop, what if someone was right there at my door and I didn't check my mirror and I got out and was attacked? So we just work through those things to where, again, hopefully they never happen because you are aware, your head's on a swivel, you're not looking at your phone, right? That's the problem too. You're supposed to look at your phone on your break, but don't look at it while you're walking into the gas station either. Be aware as you're looking around. So we will have our first class. It's going to be June 16th, which is a Thursday, from 8 to 10 a.m. And like I said, upstairs on our website, f8training.com, which we'll put that link, and it'll be blasted out to you guys through email, I'm sure. There's a nice little button that I made for you guys on the website that says Prime Incorporated. And you just hit that button and it'll take you right to the registration site. It's just going to be a first come, first serve for these classes. We'll be running them kind of bi-monthly all the time until we can get everybody in that wants to take it. But then our second one will be June 23rd, and that one's a Thursday too, but it'll be from 3 to 5 p.m. So we got a morning option, and then the next week an evening option to start off with. But my email is Molly, M-O-L-L-I-E, I'm an I-E, at f8training.com, and F8 stands for fate. So we say our hashtag, since we're cool like that and have hashtags, is control your fate. And so that's really what we're about. Of you're in charge of you. We want you to control your fate by being aware and not be a victim. So I thank you guys. And yeah, Bill will always have more information. Just hit him up.
So this is only for women, men?
It's for anybody.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, like we do focus more on women because we tend to kind of be more in those situations. But no, men can take this class too. This is about safety and just being aware no matter what. So
Right.
anybody.
So it's offered to drivers, it's offered to in-house, anybody who wants to take this. Guys, it never hurts to have a refresher. I mean, I'm going on 40 plus years in law enforcement and private security. And I'll tell you, you just learn something, where to sit into a restaurant, how to walk down a hallway, how to listen for sounds that are different than what you shouldn't hear. And that's things that everybody needs to know about. Don't walk between trucks, walk around the outside of the rows. You know, there's certain things you can keep yourself out of situations that can save your lives. And that's what this is all about, personal safety. So Molly, we thank you. Anybody have any questions?
Online. Oh, opportunity for an online. We could probably look at setting that up. Yes. Yeah. Problem with the online, you don't get the physical stuff. I mean, you know, but at least, yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. You guys could partner up and grapple and be good. Any more questions? Was that someone? No. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Look forward to seeing you.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, thank you, Bill. Thanks, Molly. Appreciate it. Good information there, Dennis.
I know, Molly, I really needed your help. Believe it or not, I wasn't always this chiseled mass. Believe it or not, at one point in my life, I was a middle school kid, good at math with glasses. Boy, that's not a good combination.
Kids taking your lunch, right?
One or two times,
Yeah.
but I turned out okay.
There you go. That's good. So let's look at our next presenter. I was just talking to Heather over here. She's upgrading tanker. She had a lot of questions on maintenance.
Okay.
How do I know how to fix this, fix that on my truck, change the light bulb, all this. So let's get Justin Kaufman up here from Road Assist. Justin's going to cover, summertime maintenance on your truck, trailer, parts issues. Also, man, that pro maintenance class, that's what I told her. That is a good class to have, no doubt. So.
That is an awesome class. And, just so everybody knows here, pro maintenance was an idea from our driver advisory board. We have the driver advisory board meetings. And so, there's a lot of good fruitful things that come out of those meetings. And one was, what if we offer this class that teaches operators some hands-on maintenance items? And that class and teaching those operators those skills has really came in handy in this time whenever we've had parts shortages and labor shortages. We're not always able to get into a truck stop at night and get that mud flap changed or that headlight bulb changed out. So, we started this class here in Springfield just to kind of talk about that a little bit. And it's every Tuesday and Thursday, starts off at 8 a.m. over there at the new plaza in the classroom. And the purpose of it is, one, to teach operators, hey, these are some things that will save you money. So there's a classroom portion, and then there's the really cool part, which is the hands-on portion, where we take you up to the classroom. We'll put tools in your hands. We'll actually have you, do some simple repairs like priming a reefer or changing the headlight or things that I've already talked about. But, getting that hands-on has been really good. We welcome anybody, and we are going to soon, in the next month or two, start that class in Pittston. We've already got the workstations up there. Been talking about that for the last couple months. We've actually got a couple of road assist advisors, some new talent hired up there, and more folks. And so we're going to get that class kicked off. So at any rate, if you get a chance and you haven't taken that class, highly encourage it. I think it's going to be good for anybody. And so I did want to talk a little bit just about summer maintenance. One thing that we see quite a bit is more tire issues out there on the road. So, just one thing you want to make sure that you're doing just every day. And I'm so thankful that we flew through road check like we did. That is awesome. We did an incredible job. And that was really good news to hear. But doing a good pre-trip inspection before you go out for the day, and a good en-route inspection, post-trip inspection, is key. And just double checking and making sure what your tire tread depths are, as we talked about. We had some questions earlier on. But knowing what those are, making sure that you don't have any cuts to steel, making sure that your air pressures, our trucks have Durand TPMSs in the tractor cab. And so making sure that your air pressures are correct. 110 pounds of air pressure in the steer, 100 pounds of air pressure in the drive. But you can watch your tire tread depths kind of like you watch your fuel. We just say kind of across the board to make it really simple, about 1/32 per 10,000 miles. So, as we talked about earlier, the DOT requires 4/32 of tread on every major tread groove of a steer tire and 2/32 of tread in every major tread groove of a drive or trailer tire. So Doug Tam, who is right here, he's our tire manager. He is passing out the tread depth gauges. And that's our giveaway in the maintenance department today. And so you can make sure that you're checking your tires, making sure that you've got adequate tread depth. And then as you start to get low on tread depth, get a plan to get routed through a terminal. There's no place better to get your tires changed than a prime terminal. You can get out to Salt Lake City, Pittston, Springfield. We've got a new terminal. I'll talk a little bit about Minooka, Illinois. And so we opened that up. We got tractor bays Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I routed a number of trucks in there for PMs this week. Things are going very, very smoothly. And I know we empty out and we load out of that area, out of that Chicago area quite frequently. So it just works out perfect. We can go in there, knock out a PM, make sure that we've got that all good and ready to go. So tires is a key thing. Got some photos here, and those arrows, and this is an important thing, those arrows that are in that tire right there, it indicates a wear bar in the groove. You see that wear bar there? That is what classifies a major tread groove. And so what we'll sometimes see out on the road is the outer edges of the tire, whether it's a steer tire or even one of our new trailer Eco FMs, has a decoupling groove. And occasionally truck stops will take a look at that decoupling groove and say, wait a second, you're below 230 seconds or you're below 430 seconds. And we say, no, that is not a major tread groove. And here's a picture of a steer tire where a TA or Petro had marked with the half moon white mark saying, hey, you're below 430 seconds or you're at 030 seconds in that decoupling groove. And we say, no, the major tread groove is over there in the center where we have wear bars. And as long as we've got 430 seconds on that steer tire, we're good. So, that's just one thing I wanted to talk about. Obviously, AC is always a big thing in the summertime. We got to make sure that our APUs are working, right? So if you haven't turned them on, make sure that you get them turned on, fired up, make sure they're blowing cold air. And if they aren't, once again, get with Road Assist. We'll get them checked out. We can get you into Salt Lake City. Got a lot of horsepower out there in Salt Lake City to get your truck fixed. We can get it worked in here. We can go out to Minooka, Pittston, and try to get your APU fixed. So we want to make sure that your APU is working, your truck AC is working as well. Make sure that that's in good working order. Touched on pro maintenance quite a bit. I think the last thing I just wanted to touch on is, right now with the parts and labor shortages that I described earlier, if you have an event, an unscheduled event, and you're in the shop, there are a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes. And we have a wonderful team of reps back here in the back corner that are working to get parts pulled. We're working to get them off of new trucks, wrecked trucks, to get them shipped in to get your truck fixed. And so, once again, if you have this unscheduled event out on the road, coordinate with your road assist advisor. We've got the on-site reps. We are working very, very hard to get trucks up and going. It is a little bit of a challenging time. More of these repairs, these small repairs you can do yourself is a huge help. So taking that pro maintenance class, I'll tell you that some of our struggles are on nights and weekends with labor, truck stop labor. And so doing some small things, get you going in those hours. And if not, then we'll get you a road service. Question?
Justin, I'm down to 330 seconds on my steer. And about how many more miles have I got to go before I need to change that out?
Well, 330 seconds.
Yeah, never mind.
If you're below 430 seconds, you could get ticketed. But the DOT requires. But if you're at 530 seconds, then you've got 10,000, let's just say 10,000 miles. You need to get a plan. And that's an excellent point. 10,000 miles to get a plan routed into a terminal, get your steer tires changed out. So you're watching it just like you're watching your fuel. If you're 330 seconds on your drives and trailers, let's get a plan, get through a terminal. I'm telling you, on the road, you're not going to get any money. Well, strike that. You most likely, there's a lot of shops that won't offer you any money on the casings, and here we'll pay you money for your casings. So.
Can you give us an idea of what the shop labor rate is like at Kenworth or out on the road versus at the terminals?
Yeah, out there on the road, we see truck stop labor rate, 110, 120, 130 dealer rates. I mean, I just look at a bill from Atlanta, Freightliner of Atlanta for, what is it? I guess it was $190 an hour, right? So, I mean, that's super strong, whereas, it's 90, 95, here at our terminals. So.
All right, Justin, one more over here.
Hey, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, let the company handle it. If it's a small repair, just let them handle it. I don't function that way. I get impatient. If it's something small and I can do it, I'll do it myself because I want to get back on the road. If I want to have extra parts like belts, lights, filters, that kind of thing, how do I get those parts? What's the best way to get them? What's the most cost efficient way to get them?
Good question. So, I mean, we have a little baggie of just light bulbs and things that we have in our parts department that will, either if you're a lease operator, we'll sell you. And I think we have an option for company operators to get that little bag of light bulbs and things like that. So that's one option. And then the other option is, like I said, just through our parts department and buying it, but we got to be careful. One is, these light bulbs and things are good items. Some of these things that we know are a good chance of failing. But we also can't keep every part, on the truck, so.
Well,
we gotta be careful about that.
some of them are LED or LED, and
Yeah.
you can take them to some service stations, like some TAs, some Loves. You can't leave them, but some you can because of the reimbursement or the trade out. But I guess my thing is that if I take your class and I learn my truck, and I know they have reimbursement programs, I'd rather do that. I don't mind spending money ahead of time if it saves time and it saves, the load.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're spot on. And you hit on something that was key there, is that we'll pay you to do repairs on our trailers. We'd
Why
much rather
wouldn't I?
have the money in your pocket, than we would a vendor. Gets you up and going.
It's not to be the star truck driver. It's to get the load there.
Yeah. Yep.
Got a rock star right here, man.
You're right.
She's on it. She's got a
Yep.
passion. You can see it. So
That
good
is
job, brother.
cool.
Thank
So,
you. Yep. No doubt.
thank you.
Any other questions for Justin? Are you done, Justin? You got any more?
That's all I got.
Hey, what's this parts deal? What do you see it being lessening up a little bit, or us getting our hands on more things? Is there any?
It's a day-to-day fight. I've never thought I would see us where we're at this point, but you take some of these Detroit controllers, MCM, CPCs, some common power tray controller is what those acronyms are for. And we're now sending them out to specialty shops to get those repaired versus new ones, and so we're really to that level where we're trying to get them repaired versus replaced. But some of these microchips, these chip parts are very, very difficult to get your hands on. I think we do it, and I know we do it better than anybody else out there, but we're working with our reps and we're working with our suppliers to make things happen, to really make sure that prime trucks get those parts.
All right. Any other questions for Justin? Good job. He'll be here after the meeting too. So.
Hey, thanks a lot, Justin. I'm gonna combine two of the things the last two speakers talked about. Our security guy and our maintenance guy. If there's a part shortage out there, I know a lot of trucks are gonna be parked somewhere this weekend, maybe even unattended. All right, so those desperate companies, desperate folks that have a little less scruples than we do. If you're not safe, they can find their parts on your truck, not a wrecked truck, not a new truck, old truck. They can find it on your truck. So please take in mind what Bill is telling you. Make sure your equipment is secured this weekend. Not just on holiday weekends at all times, because obviously folks are desperate for parts. If a company as big as ours is desperate,
There's no doubt about it. So let's move into our veteran.
go ahead.
Do we have a veteran out there? Come on up here, sir. Oh, your wife already gave you up earlier. So, yep. How you doing this morning? What's your name?
Terry Sadler.
You're on there, Terry. Where are you from?
Mesa, Arizona.
Mesa. Nice and warm down there.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about cold. So
Not really.
what brought you to Prime and how long you been here?
I've been here since January, and We were just looking for a way to better ourselves because we were living from paycheck to paycheck. So
If you don't mind me asking, what'd you do before?
I spent 30 years in machine shops.
Okay. So what'd you build? Did you?
And aerospace.
Aerospace? All right. Good
Don't
deal.
fly.
Part shortage there too? No, you don't say anything. So you've been here since January. You went
Yes.
through orientation, TNT. You're
Yes.
in your own truck now?
I'm getting ready to upgrade.
Awesome. So what'd you think of the Prime culture so far? What you've seen?
I've actually, in some of the companies I've worked in the past, they talk about the whole family thing, but they really don't prove it. And it's been nothing but proven here at Prime. So it's been most enjoyable.
Well, good deal. Glad to have you, Terry, and your wife. That's awesome. You guys gonna go out and team together?
Yes.
Reefer side, flatbed?
Reefer.
Okay, good deal. Well, good luck. So what military branch you serving?
I was in the Navy.
And what'd you do?
I was a gunner's mate.
How many years?
I did 3 years, 89 to 92.
Awesome. Good deal.
If we have any other veterans here today, and also in our other terminals, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Terry. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
I'll let you bring up the closing.
Hey, before we get to our closing, guys, I just want to just take a second to talk about our Prime mobile app. In my opinion, and I'm biased, I think this is one of the most useful tools we have to offer, and it's probably one of the most useful tools we have out in this industry. And, I'm going to give a shout out to our IT gurus, Richard and Brianne over here to my right. If you have any technology issues or questions, these folks can help you out. And I just was listening to Justin Kaufman talk and the pro maintenance class, but they also have videos on here. So all you YouTube researchers, I learned how to do everything I know how to do on YouTube these days. We've kind of got our own little section on the Prime mobile app, and I'm just going to rattle off a few of the videos that we have that can give you the best information we can. Just here real quick, we've got one on the CPAP machine. We've got one about live B parts. Justin talked about making sure your air conditioner is working. In the wintertime, we're going to talk about bunk heaters. We got one about chains and cables, for our flatbed folks. We got Charlotte Pipe, a video. We've got, for back in the day when we were having no problem with the buds, the spotted lantern video, the new style Qualcomm, the IVG. We've got pre-trip inspections for you new folks. I can go on and on. We got the flatbed slider. We got the flatbed drop deck. We got tanker. Folks, this is an awesome tool and an awesome company to work at.
No doubt about it. You hit it.
Man, I'm out of breath now.
Need an oxygen hit or something? You'll be okay.
Almost.
You're okay.
So, hey, as we come down to the close, we've got some all-star super hitters coming up. We've got Mr. Steve Wucke, our Vice President of Sales and Marketing.
Man, it's nice to see you all. It's a pleasure to be on the Dave and Dennis show. These guys, they give each other a little bit of a hard time, but we are into safety, and that's our highest calling here at Prime. My name's Steve Wucke. I'm in sales and been doing this a while, but I've been lucky because we really have the best sales force in the country, and I'm looking at y'all right here, especially these more mature veterans. See, I didn't say old, Dwayne. I said more mature. These guys have been around here and gals have been around here a long time. When you walk through our hallways or our office, you'll see all kinds of awards, Carrier of the Year awards, that is indicative of the level of service Prime gives. And when I say Prime, I mean you all. I've been here a long time, a really long time, and yet to deliver anything on time, but you all do it every day. So we're most grateful for that. You new folks that have chosen our company, we're really proud to have you. And if our recruiter told you we're perfect, they didn't mean it, because we are certainly not. We know we can get better. Our goal is to get better every day, to listen to what you all bring to us and try to implement. Like this lady that's going to teach you all how to defend yourself. That was brought up by our Highway Diamond folks. They said, man, it's not safe out there. We need a little education. Thank you very much for providing that to all of our drivers. Dwayne, you might want to go that too, because you're getting up there in the years, and you got to be careful. So it's a very dangerous profession you're choosing. And I can tell you, if you aren't ready to go and you're not focused when you get behind that wheel, you're setting yourself up for a really bad situation. You have got to be ready. You got to be ready for your shift. You got to do your trip planning. Man, you talk about tires and maintenance and how that all impacts your ability to perform and earn. It's unbelievable. Trip planning is supremely important in this business. So think about all of these things, but think number one about safety. Okay? We don't want you to get hurt. Don't want any of the driving public to get hurt either. And they'll try to do something crazy, cut you off, pull out, all those kinds of things. So please be ready. I want to thank you again for everything that you have done for us thus far, our existing driver base. If you wanted to get home for the holiday, I hope you get to do that. If you choose to stay out and run, I think we got plenty of freight in the network. So I think we can do that as well. So if you have any questions for sales, I'll be happy to take them. I'll take them. Bill Gergler. Bill's got a good one, I know. Go ahead,
This
Bill.
is a real hardball question, Mr. Wadke. Can you increase rates enough to pay for one rollover?
Bill's, I pay him to ask that question because I know the answer to that. It's why safety is so important. We really cannot move rates high enough to offset an accident, and certainly to replace a life. You all know that somebody loves you. You're loved by a lot of people. You don't need to put yourself in a dangerous position. So thank you for that question, Bill. I'm going to ask the owner of this company that started this a few years ago to come up and see if he's got some good comments here. And words of wisdom right here, like you are where you are, you know? And what's the other one that's really good? No matter what you did, you done it. Yes, that's right. Some of those are ingenious, and those comments and his cultural experiences have gotten us where we are today. Thank you, Robert. Floor is yours.
You remember those things too. No, it's good to see you all. Appreciate you. Happy Friday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. You know, I hope you, if you're trucking, we appreciate that very much. If you need to get home or want to get home, we hope you accomplish that. You know, one of the basic tenets of Prime is appreciation for our drivers, respect for our drivers. We talk about this a lot. We can't talk about it too much. There isn't anything more important. Drivers don't get the respect they need and deserve. So you certainly should get it with the company that you're teamed up with. We do look at you all as family. You know, we've been working on this culture. We're still not perfect, as Steve was saying. We're trying to get better every day, but we're continually evolving. But it's all based on the basic tenet of respect and appreciation for our folks. You know, there are other things that are really important, like making some bank. I'm going to have an amen on making some bank. Dwayne, you like to make bank. I know he does. Mr. Moneybags over there, the funny hat. I mean, you have to make some bank to afford to buy a hat like that, right? So, you know, that's really important. Of course, we've talked about safety, your health, your individual health and wellness is a very important issue here, because when you think about it, to truly be safe, you need to be healthy. So we have some things here to help you with that. We have some folks here to counsel you with that, and hope that you will equally pay attention to that. So, you know, again, Gwen, I know you got something you want to say. I saw you grab that mic.
Can I say it?
You say it.
I'm going to be hanging around here all weekend. Do you happen to have a hot rod I could borrow for the show around here?
A hot rod?
Yeah, for the hot rod show that's going on in town. I need a car.
I've got one, but you can't borrow it. You just got to say it straight up. I mean, you got to be direct with him. Don't beat around the bush. Hey, Jim Guthrie, come up here. You know, we've been hanging up some really nice numbers. I mean, you hear about the market slowing down, the economy slowing down. Let me tell you, it's not slowing down much around here. You know, we are moving some freight. We're hanging up some numbers. So, well, you left your cheat. You had your cheat sheet with you, but then so you could probably recite them up there. He's got them. Jim, why don't you tell these folks about what we're doing as far as numbers are concerned?
Well, sorry. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, the reefer division, the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've been over $5,400 per truck per week in revenue. That does not include fuel surcharge. So, you know, relative to the competitors of the industry that are public, that's the next best one we can find is about $850 below that. So we're performing very well. And you know, that measures, someone will ask a question, I know, that measures all trucks. We include every truck, whether you're running on, you know, in the shop, time off, you know, so you take that out of there and adjust it for the trucks that are out running that are available. You know, we're real close to that $8,000 per truck per week number, which is, you know, really nice number and certainly really exceeds the competition. So when those fuel prices go up, concentrate on using our optimization, buy fuel right, and then really watch your driving habits and you know, watch your speeds, RPMs, all those things, you know, make a huge difference. Just a penny per mile is a big number with all these miles. So
it really is. You know, I just tell you, when I started trucking, you know, back late 60s, early 70s, my fuel cost, I remember, was 20 cents a mile. And that's when we were buying fuel in Wyoming, 18 cents a gallon. Now, I wasn't getting 8.5, 9 miles a gallon back then. And I wasn't necessarily driving 55 either, you know. I was mashing that.
Let me ask you, what was your average speed?
Don't ask.
Don't.
FMCSA could be listening to this right now.
That's
They'll
right.
come arrest me, write me a retroactive ticket. But anyway, folks, you know, business is good. Things are going our way. You know, we're overcoming all the obstacles of, you know, the residual effects of the pandemic. You know, we're okay, and we're just going to keep getting better with your help. So thank you for what you do. God bless you out there, and please be safe.
Be safe and secure this weekend. Thank you.